Well, I changed my mind again. That's what happens when you get old. Man, the stuff you used to thought was true ain't no more. And it's really about college scholarships. I ran into an article in the New York Times. It was an op-ed, an opinion piece article about a news. It's a website that finds scholarships, a free scholarship service. And it I went to it, read about it, researched and everything. It looks pretty damn good. And so if you're looking for scholarships, and I used to believe that, man, scholarships were bad in my mind. At least this is old think. So it's not true anymore. But if you put in scholarships, see, that's one of those words like grants that people the marketing people on the internet want to find people looking for scholarships, grants, or something like that. They need money, okay? And particularly scholarships are even better because if you're looking for scholarships, that means you're going to college. And if you're going to college, you could get student loans. And if you're going to get student loans, you could give them to the college and have debt forever. So the people who were looking for scholarships were really praised to people who were actually wanted to sell you like a for-profit college to go to, and you borrow $100,000, you give them all the money, and you get nothing in return. So things like that, or even legit schools that had advertising money. So it never really appealed to me much. But now these new databases have another model for making money, and it's not off you, so to speak. And the program it talks about, well, first of all, here's the article if you want to find it. It's in New York Times. It's called Billions in College Aid Hiding in Plain Sight. Now, the people who wrote the op-ed piece are the people who own the business. And it's called Going Merry, Merry, like merrily we go along. GoingMerry.com. It's a .com, so you got to be a little careful. But it seems to be a really good source of uh, sources of funding to apply for grants. There's like $100 billion a year that is given out in this kind of money, and so you don't have to worry by using these kind of websites that have more people just trying to get your name. See, that's what happened on the internet before. When you put in scholarships, they have all kind of these fake websites about how to get a scholarship, and they put a few scholarships on there. And what the hell, and just to attract your attention. Then try to get your name, your phone number, or whatever. Then they have some high pressure salesman, call you or send you emails for the rest of your life and stuff like that. Because marketing people pay for that, so that's how they were living. They put up a junk site and it looked fancy, but it's really very little there. I see it a lot now in the grant sites, but this is Going Merry is not one of those things. It's legitimate. People spend a lot of money investing in that. So that's one. If you're looking for scholarship stuff, that's one site. Going Merry, Merry. Another one, Johnson and Johnson has a great site. About 350 scholarships they have in there for nursing and other healthcare sciences. Now that's a big growth industry. So this is a legitimate site. They're not selling you anything. And it's just all about scholarships for these, uh, you know, uh, for these careers. And so that's it. And it's for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years, or whatever, kind of education. Now, here's another one. Don't forget now, every college. So if you're in college now, every college got emergency financial aid money to give to students. So if you're a college student now, go to your financial aid office and ask for the financial aid as part of the CARES, CARES Act, and ask them about the money they have for students in emergency. So, maybe you need money for whatever it is. You got an emergency. I can't go out tomorrow night. How am I going to pay for everything? Well, it's hard to even buy anything nowadays. So that probably isn't the problem. But a rent would be, or expensive books or something like that would be. And that's it. So it's a COVID-19, it's a part of the CARES Act. And the college has it to give to students at that university. So you got to go to that university. So that's something to check in with. Another thing that I think is a great I kicked the foot on my uh, the camera there, and is your state office. Every state has an office of higher education that gives out a whole bunch of scholarships. I mean, it could be a half a dozen, could be a dozen, could be 3 dozens. Or Maryland, actually, there are years where they didn't even don't give away hundreds of millions of dollars weren't applied for because nobody applied. So now this organization has a listing of all the state offices. So if you go state by state, and they're called the National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators. National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators. And if you go to NASFAA.org and then find how to state, you're looking for state financial aid programs. And you go there and click on, here's Oregon, and it takes you right to the office in Oregon that has all the financial aid opportunities. See, there's an opportunity grant, promise grant, all these grants here, that are in that state, and that's where people know. Now, also, there's some other scholarship websites that I found on a website called Road to College. Be careful with that website because they're obviously selling you stuff, and they just want your money. But it looks like it has a pretty good listing of scholarship websites like the one I was telling you about. FastWeb, I know them well. They're good. Scholarships.com, JVL College Counseling, Dubious, CAPS, CAPEX, CAPPEX. So there's a Unigo. So that's a UNIGO. Big Future. There's Going Merry. See, that's in that list. What's that? Scholar Me and Scholarship Owl. I worked with those guys, and they're nice. And what they try to do is trying to have single source to apply for many scholarships. They don't charge. They really get paid by the people giving out the money. In other words, like Mary College and things like that, or Mary, what was that? You get old, man, you forget this stuff quickly. Going Merry, that's what it is. Going Merry. That what they do is, see, they manage the scholarships for the people giving out the money. So that's how they make their money. So that means the people who are giving out scholarship money don't have to forget about the management. They give them a piece of money, and this website manages all the applications and gives them the money and all that kind of stuff. So that means that's getting rid of a lot of those crap scholarship sites on the internet, and now you have authentic ones. Okay, some other places that you want to know is that your local Department of Labor has money for higher education, whether it's short-term training, you want to take a 1 or 2 year course and being a massage therapist or a truck driver or something like that. They have that kind of. So if you go to careeronestop.org and put in find local help, then you could find the office locally and call them. Because you may not want a 4-year degree. You may want just to go 6 months and learn something that gets you a higher salary, and that's possible. Or you may want an internship, and all of these things are very possible nowadays, and there's a lot of options. So don't go searching Google, because you're just going to find those hucksters that either selling your name or going to sell you something that you don't want. And there's a lot of money by higher education, but it's all a numbers game. Remember, it's like looking for a job or anything. You can't wait for it to fall in your lap. It won't. And you can't just apply to one place and they say no. And, oh, I knew that I couldn't get anything. You're right. Not only if you apply to one place, you got to apply to a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen. Well, what the hell? So it takes you a month? If someone's going to have a chance of getting $50,000 or whatever, even if it takes you a month, you got nothing better to do.